And we're back. Welcome back to the Boys Experience, where me and the boys talk about
I
what's
have an
going on in our
experience.
lives. Yeah, and a heavenly experience. Today we got Dakota back after his PC had some issues, and Kyle is also back for this episode. So I don't know if we want to kick off the episode with starting about your PC, Dakota, and what happened, or if you want to start somewhere else. But I feel that your PC is pretty important, as me and Kyle did mention that you were on a little vacation or having fun for the week, and you were not with us
Yes,
for the reason.
yes, yeah. The world has a funny way of fucking things up, bro. I did indeed have a mini vacation, and then I come home to use my wonderful PC, and it fucking explodes on itself. Uh, so yeah, I mean that's how my life's been going.
We love
Uh,
a little karma.
yeah, exactly. Except for I don't know what the fuck it's for. Uh, so for anyone listening that's interested, uh, basically, my computer stopped working, like, basically, completely, entirely. Uh, what was it? Yesterday morning. It entirely stopped working yesterday morning.
Mhm.
Uh, to which I called up a local IT place, and I had them come get my computer, diagnose the issues with it, and upon diagnosing the issues with it, they basically gave me back everything and told me, yeah, your shit's all fucked. So basically, my CPU, my motherboard, my SSD I had, and my power supply are all completely fucked. My graphics card is broken, but he said that he can probably fix that for me. So I'm gonna have to pay for him to get that fixed. But apart from that, pretty much every main part of my computer is broken. The only the only living parts I got back are my normal hard drive that was in the PC, the case of the PC. The RAM didn't die somehow, uh, so I got the RAM back, and the liquid cooling system that was in there didn't fry. So those are the only parts I got back, because the rest of them are all completely fucked. And I'm now looking at having to either just get a brand new computer in general, or just basically buy half of a brand new computer. So,
It's
yeah.
funny because I was having PC issues myself. Danny was actually there for that. Um,
Well, he had the
Danny
same
seems to be a
problems.
comment in this.
Okay,
I had
so he had the
PC.
same problem as you, Kyle, where his monitor shut off, right? And I
Ah,
had told him, I told him what I did and what you did to get that to fix itself, because me and you had the same issue, thinking it was the same fix, but clearly his computer actually fried and ours did not.
ours did not fry. Ours just didn't want. Our basically our Windows was just fucked up, so we had to
Yeah.
wipe our computers to basically just download everything again, just restart. Um, that was probably best case scenario. I was really annoyed by it until I heard Dakota's computer just fucking
Yeah,
died.
well, you could have had that issue.
I could have had that issue and been really pissed off, but ah,
So, also completely random, but playing Borderlands 3 right now, and I was just fighting the Grave Ward, the boss, for anyone that
oh,
knows what that is, and glitched it, and it just sat there while I killed it. So,
I
Oh, you're breaking games already. You're back. That's for sure. That seems to
you're
be a common thing in our group. We tend to figure out how to just completely fucking break video games.
well, that's fun. You want to break games?
True. But
God.
our group tends to break them quicker than most. Like, we're able to do that shit in an instant.
Speaking of which, I forgot that I'm on challenge level 10, and one of my things I have right now is that whenever I kill an enemy, it has a chance to drop a death orb that will chase me around, and if it hits me, I instantly die, and I forgot about that, and the boss just dropped one, and it hit me, and I instantly died. So...
You instantly got shit on.
Like playing Destiny, having Voidbird on, and having the purple balls chase you. That's what I think of when you're talking about that.
Yeah,
You'll just
honestly.
die in one shot.
we've been trying to get Dakota to play Destiny more, and he will not do so. Or play Destiny at all, and he won't do it. We've been all addicted to MMOs lately. That's been a thing the group's been doing. We've all been chilling on MMOs and grinding them out and just having some fun on them. Especially with we got New World in what, less than 2 weeks now. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I
Thankfully,
totally forgot about it.
this old PC that I'm using should be able to run that at least on lower
Settings.
settings. Because, I mean, it's not that it was super graphically intensive in the first place, because, you know, not most MMO
Most are.
type games aren't, because they're so large. But, you know, I'll just make sure that I run it by turning everything down.
Yeah.
Because I've been waiting for this. They delayed it a month. I've been waiting since fucking the original release date.
Well, we had a shit ton of fun playing it.
Yeah. By the way, I completely did not know, but I figure I'd ask you guys. You know they had another open beta for it?
Yeah. But the reason why me and Kyle did not play that beta was because that they were resetting stats from the other beta. So we were like, okay, so we're only gonna make it so far. You know what I mean? Before we
it's like you're grinding for nothing.
you're basically,
You know?
we already played the beta. We're already locked in on the actual full release. So, and speaking of games that were delayed, Battlefield got delayed yesterday as of recording this podcast episode, and a game that is very highly rated this year. This game is rated to beat Call of Duty and quite a few FPS shooters, to be honest with you, and I can't blame people for putting it above most of them. Kyle, at the moment, is playing the Call of Duty Vanguard beta, and he was just telling us how shit it was for sniping in general. Yeah.
Well, sniping, yes. If you're a red gunner, it is this game is a red gunner's wet dream.
Yeah.
Essentially, if you're a sniper, don't touch this game. That's basically what I'm saying. It's just not fun, and there's a lot of broken things with the game in general. Like, spawns are ridiculous. Like, you'll spawn behind people will spawn right behind you. You'll spawn in the same place over and over and over again, just keep dying. And it's just generally not a good experience. I'm not having fun with it, honestly.
I've seen a lot of stuff from people playing it in general, and it just seems like it's rather
dull.
It seems like Modern Warfare, but like
worse.
Yeah, it's a worse version of Modern Warfare. Yeah, exactly.
Way worse. I canceled my pre-order for this Call of Duty. And to be honest with you, I have no plans on, playing it at all. My goal is to be playing Battlefield and Destiny 2 and New World. Mainly because I play so much video games that I can keep up with playing 2 MMOs. I realize that. Like, I could keep up playing Destiny while playing New World. That's how much video games I play. It's like all my free time goes to video games. I was wondering from you guys, like, what is your guys' thoughts on, like, do you guys think that if you guys, like Kyle, for an example, you play Destiny as well right now, and do you think you'd be able to continue playing Destiny on top of New World?
It depends. It depends what game I'm interested in at the time. It could change.
Right.
You already know I don't stick to one game really.
And
So
I understand that.
generally, it's whatever game I find enjoyable. I don't really care to stick to one game.
Totally. I feel it. I feel it. Dakota, you play Borderlands 3 a lot, and I believe that is considered an MMO, right? Right? Is it a looter shooter more than an MMO?
More looter shooter.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely call it more looter shooter. I mean, it is very open world and exploratory in nature. Like, especially Borderlands 3, they made it like none of the Borderlands have been small, but this one has like 4 planets you can go to with a bunch of different places on every planet.
Yeah. Like
Like
especially with like Borderlands 2, it felt more linear than Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 it feels like you can do a lot more and you can explore a lot more.
yeah, there's also the bosses. Uh, the way Borderlands 3 is, spoilers for a 3-year-old game at this point. But the way Borderlands 3 is every world pretty much has a vault on it because you discover that there's like way more vaults than like you thought there was, and all this good shit. And you can perma re-kill the vault bosses, like just for repeat loot, like to hope for better shit, etc., etc. Uh,
Hmm.
if you put yourself on mayhem mode, like one of the higher ones, you get like a fuck ton more shit. So like if you kill one, you get like a level, even if you're like one of the like higher levels.
Right.
And Borderlands in general has always been like this is kind of random for what I was talking about. But like if you have a friend that plays Borderlands 3 and they're a higher level, and you haven't played the game, and you want to play the game, and you want to make it really easy mode. First of all, right now I think Borderlands 3 by itself is like $13. So you could just get Borderlands 3. And then you can join their online lobby, sit back somewhere while they go in and kill a boss on Mayhem level 10, and get to level probably like 24 in one boss.
So you could just level up super quickly.
Yeah, power leveling in Borderlands has always been super easy if you have another friend that can carry you through like a boss fight or two.
Okay. Yeah, I don't recall. That's a game series I've never really gotten into. I've never really bought into Borderlands, mainly because I'm a big multiplayer guy, and I've always heard that Borderlands isn't the, greatest experience for multiplayer. It's good, but it's not great.
Yeah,
it's mainly a looter shooter single player open world game.
Well, it's more like it's like you take Destiny, but it's only the PvE, and they really focus on the PvE. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Take Destiny and get rid of PvP, and also add like probably 1 billion more guns into the game.
Oh yeah, a lot of guns. There's too many.
It's like one of the things they pride themselves on is having so many guns.
And I think this is where my simplicity comes in. I'm a guy that if you put too much shit in a video game, it will take me way too long to figure out, and I'll get frustrated with it because I'm stupid. So,
but that's the genius, though. I mean, there's not a whole lot to figure out with the guns. You just get a gun, and you're like, ooh, a gun. And then you get another gun, and you're like, ooh, a gun. And then you're like, oh, there's literally... they released how many they have in the game at some point. They've added more since then, I think. But, like, it's literally like 1 billion something or something like that. Like,
Jesus.
There's so many guns in this game.
Yeah, and obviously there's, like, roles in that game that make guns better, and people go for those roles, but,
Yeah.
Yeah, Destiny is like a very dumbed down MMO. Like you could play this game. You could play Destiny as a casual and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like you really could. And because I think it's for multiple reasons. One of them being the fact that DLC only comes out like a big DLC only comes out once a year. And seasons tend to be extensive or very long. The season that we're in right now being 6 months. long. So a lot of time for players to catch up and hopefully, get to enjoy playing, just catching up and enjoying it, which I think me and Kyle have been doing extensively over the past little bit here since we've been playing Destiny. We've been playing it a shit ton. And Kyle, I want to know what your thoughts are with how much the game has changed and what you personally think of the game now. After all these years of it being out, because me and you both agree, I feel that Destiny was we never wanted anything bad for Destiny 2. We always wanted this game to shine because it was a game that me and you really supported back with its original, and it's also a company that we both arguably we love at heart. We want Bungie to succeed because we love Halo. We love that Bungie they're just a different company, I feel is safe to say. And I want to know your thoughts on Destiny 2 in its current state right now. Like, where do you think Destiny 2 stands in the MMO world? Do you think it can compete with other MMOs, or do you think it's more of a less competition of an MMO, but an MMO for people that are new to MMOs and trying to get into like being able to grind or wanting to grind a MMO, especially for console players, because it's quite literally their only option for MMOs, I believe.
Well, in my opinion, I honestly don't really see Destiny much as MMO. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
I see it a lot. Yeah, I see a lot more as a looter shooter, honestly. And comparative to other games, I don't see the complicated aspects of what you consider like MMO, I guess. I don't see it as complicated. I see it a lot more like Borderlands. I think Borderlands 3 is a more complicated than Destiny, in my opinion, when playing. I'm not saying it can't compete. I'm saying it's a good game. I'm just saying.
Well, right. Do you think that
not.
casual wise, would you say that Destiny is the MMO looter shooter to play for people that are just getting into that sort of game and they want to get their feet wet in a sense in this type of game?
Well, I mean, it depends what they want. If they want PvP multiplayer and PvE, want a little bit of both, then yeah, I'd say Destiny 1 would be a good one to start. But
you mean Destiny 2 or Destiny?
I mean Destiny, yeah, Destiny 2, Destiny in general. Okay. But if you want just single player or like more of a traditional MMO, I wouldn't go with Destiny personally. Especially with the Crucible side. Generally people will get frustrated.
For sure.
Sweats. I know I do. I'm kind of a casual, so.
Dakota, now that I have you on the podcast, like I've said a little bit earlier in the podcast, me and Kyle have been playing Destiny extensively over the past couple of weeks, and I want to know why you personally, like, just for the record on the podcast, why you will not give Destiny another shot.
Ah, I see.
You're being put on the spot.
Let's see. Well,
I want it in detail.
I really don't want to just restart the game, honestly. That's one of the larger reasons. But on top of that, I don't know. I have such a bad, like, memory of this game in my taste, like my brain taste of this game, that like when I think about it, it makes me want to just vomit. Like when it first came out, I think everyone can almost agree that when Destiny 2 came out, it was like shit compared to what Destiny 1 was. Like,
yeah.
And like, I don't know, since then, like, I didn't get this is more of a personal thing with like people that I was playing with, but personally, the like when you could do the first raid and all that shit, like whatever. Like I never did the first raid because my friends were being fucking dickwads, and they were like, "Dude, you're 5 light below the recommended. We're not gonna do the raid with you." So like me and 4 of my other friends never got to do the raid because our other friends wouldn't do it with us because they said that we weren't good enough. And from that point on, I haven't touched the game since. And I've heard from you and from many other people that you know, they've added a lot of stuff. They've made the game a lot better. But I just, in my heart of hearts, don't care.
Okay, so it's mainly just bad experience with other players that you've had.
And the game just being regularly shit on release.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Destiny was not a great game on release, and I always hated when the community gated. We used to call it gating, and the community used to gate people when you didn't have certain weapons or you weren't a certain light, and people still do that to this day. The thing is, a lot of people nowadays, it's a lot easier to play, just jump back in and play Destiny. You don't have to do much just to jump back into this game. The leveling's pretty dumbed down and simple out right now. Raids are pretty easy to do. They're not easy to do. I want to say they're easy to the extent of if you know what you're doing, you can get it done. And you do the recommended, obviously. You definitely want to try to hit that recommended light, mainly because your character will get completely shit on in most raids. But in my opinion, I do feel that I feel bad that experience killed your want to come back to this game, and I wish that, you know, maybe one of these days we'll get you to, come to this game and give it a try again. But for now, I think the next main game we're going to be playing as a group is New World, and then into Battlefield we will go. And there's going to be a lot of stuff to do on Battlefield, as we know. There's also, they finally announced that they are indeed going to be making a Battle Royale for the game.
Of course.
And
you can't expect them to not.
Okay, but I'm hyped about that, though.
Bro, yeah, I feel like Battlefield is the game to do it, because their maps are already basically Battle Royale.
Here's the thing. They've tried it before. And
it was shit. Yeah, it was shit.
Look, Battlefield hasn't had great success in really anything they've done recently, but this new game looks very promising. So
this new game looks promising, and not only does it look promising, you know what I'm really happy about for this game in particular? I'm really happy that they seem to be confident in saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to release a Battle Royale this time, but this time we're going to listen." Like they seem like they're all about listening for this Battlefield. In the past, with Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1, it feels like they steered away from listening to their community, to be honest with you. And I was really upset about it, and I did not play those two games because of that, for that reason. And this game has been all about what seems to be what the community's ever wanted. We all wanted another Battlefield 4, and this looks to be the next Battlefield 4, in my opinion. This looks
futuristic.
A little bit more futuristic, but I'm down for it. It's almost like a Black Ops 2 in a sense. We all saw that, and we were like, oh, 2069 setting, that sucks. You know? And, but it turned out to be a hell of a game. And I think that this is what this game is going to be, with a little bit of love, and obviously them working with the community, I think they could build something really good here. My only worry is that, is integration between Steam and Origin, because I know Origin, once this game becomes super successful, you're going to, of course, have EA wanting to streamline it to Origin and be like, oh, buy it on our launcher instead of Steam. And we all know the Origin launcher is significantly worse than Steam, and that's hard to do. Steam has its perks and benefits, I will say, but it
Steam
has a lot of
games.
issues. Yeah, Steam has a lot of games, and it has, like, you know, the universal type thing going for it. But I think that Steam also has issues, but nowhere near as much as EA's Origin launcher. And I want your guys. I want to know your guys' thoughts on how do you think what do you think they would need to do to put this game over Call of Duty? Because it's never really been over Call of Duty since Battlefield 4, you know, and even then it released alongside Black Ops 2, and I would argue Black Ops 2. It's hard to. It's one of the hardest games to ever beat in franchise history of games. So I want to know what you guys think. Does it have a chance at beating Vanguard in sales and popularity, and what they would need to do that?
Well, if you want me to be honest, they just need to do anything that's not what Call of Duty's doing currently. That's my honest opinion. And that's coming from an all-around game. I know I was complaining because I like playing with snipers in Call of Duty that snipers are trash. But genuinely, I think the game is really janky at the moment. I know it's a beta, and I understand it's a beta. But honestly, I felt like Halo Infinite, which was pretty janky as it was actually better than Vanguard's beta. And that's my opinion. And I have bias towards Halo, of course. But genuinely, if I try and be honest about it, Call of Duty's kind of shit at the moment, if you want me to be honest. It's been shit for a while, but Vanguard for me is really underwhelming for what it could be. So I think Battlefield going in the direction they're going, yeah, it's good. And I think it's going to overtake COD regardless this year. I think just whatever they do is gonna be fine.
So
Maybe not the battle royale, but we'll see.
So what do you think? What would they need to do? What is the promise that they are? What is the thing that they are promising that needs to be working for DICE here? Well, like on launch, because we all know that some of the stuff, most of the time, like 80% of the time nowadays, when a game promises something, there's always some that just they do not deliver on that promise day one at least. What do you think the main thing that they are promising with this game on launch? What would you say that needs to come first for this game to thrive?
Just the big multiplayer that they've always had, in my opinion.
So roots?
Yeah, go back to the roots. I feel like they haven't. They were experimenting with like older times, but I feel like that just kind of took away from what Battlefield felt like.
Yeah, I feel like they went too far into the like olden times with Battlefield, and it just didn't work out very well. And they also tried to do that weird shit with fucking man, I can't even remember the name of the Battlefield.
Battlefield 5?
No, the Hardline. Battlefield Hardline.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what their plan was for that, but I was really not a fan of that game.
I'll be honest, I only played the beta, and I had fun because it was a beta, but I never actually got the full game. So
Wait, we're talking about Hardline, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I really liked the concept of Hardline. I feel that they didn't capitalize on what they had there. Like they had a lot going for that, and they didn't do anything with it. Nothing that that made me go, wow, this game's like, this is Battlefield. You know what I mean? There's been some games, man, that like Battlefield's like I said, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Bad Company, like those games, dude. Oh my god. Arguably some of the best games of my time, honestly. Battlefield 4 being my most favorite Battlefield ever. They'll never be able to top 4 for me, I don't think. But they can always try, and I really do think that 2042 is the right step in the correct direction. Like I feel that all they need to do is they need to go back to their roots and then listen to your community. We've seen from time to time again from Call of Duty, from really multiple studios, Call of Duty being one of the biggest franchises in gaming history, not listen to its fans. And recently they've been having to, because so many people have been leaving the game. And in Destiny, for a while, they did not listen to their community. Their community was ignored, and I don't care how Bungie puts it. They ignored their community. But now that they've started to listen to their community more and do stuff that their community likes, they're starting to have a player base. There's I think over 200,000 concurrent players every day on Destiny. Probably more than that, actually, if you count crossplay. I just was looking at Steam numbers when I hopped on. When I was on earlier this morning, and that was just in the morning, so I can't imagine what peak hours are on NA East servers, so there's a lot of potential there for Bungie to come back to, and I believe that they're going to try to streamline Destiny again with Witch Queen in February, and I love the launch in February because that means that it's probably going to be the only game that launches something in February, to be honest with you. I feel that it is going to be very important that they get Witch Queen right, and I think they will. And it will help this game tremendously. However, I got a little off topic there. Battlefield, I feel, is going to definitely beat out Call of Duty. But going back to asking you guys, what do you think Call of Duty's next move is after this? You're gonna lose some players with the World War II setting. You're gonna lose some players here. Not many people are too big of fans of the general setting of this.
Dump into Warzone.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially since they said that they're releasing this new, hopefully actually working anti-cheat that they have. So,
Yeah,
that in general will bring back a good portion of people that stopped playing Warzone due to the rampant hacking that was happening.
Yeah, just think for a second though. Vanguard being introduced into Warzone, you got new guns. You probably got a new setting
Also,
and
they're
a new
changing
map.
a new map.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of new stuff for Warzone, which a lot of people do like. A lot of people left because of the hackers, and once they have the anti-cheat, I'm pretty sure they're mainly gonna focus on that.
Right.
So we have a lot of time playing Warzone.
Correct.
Right. So, and we haven't played it in a while, given we're playing a couple different things now. But I think a large portion of that is just because almost every game you got into was a hacker.
Right.
Whether they were shooting you across the map or doing literally anything else, they were there, and it was apparent. So
yeah, and we were spotting them so much that it was almost every game we'd be like, okay, that guy's probably hacking, and he was usually.
Yeah, and if they weren't, they were just the demon of the lobby. So
Yep.
But
that's who we would die to usually.
It's a rare to find the demon of the lobby and then watch them murder someone while they're tracking them through a wall, and then as soon as they peek their head through a window, they die, right? So at that point you're like, yeah, no, this guy's hacking. And it feels bad when you're playing a game and when you die, you have to watch the person that killed you for at least a solid minute before you can rule out, maybe they weren't hacking. That's just a bad feeling in any game.
Yeah, it's a really shit feeling, and I feel that delaying the anti-cheat until Vanguard is also killing my vibe, I don't
I
know
know.
about you guys, but it's like, why would you delay an anti-cheat when it's really needed right now? Because it's the hacker issue hasn't gone away. There's still a ton of people hacking, and now I've heard, I haven't been playing obviously, but I've heard that hacking's got even worse. Now they're able to just aimbot's even stronger. They're cracking down on it a little harder, but the hackers are making it better. So
Really?
yeah, I heard some shit about like aimbot is stronger now. Like and you know how there's bullet drop off with snipers? They have like an aimbot that can make it to where you do not have bullet drop off.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we have seen some cases where people just kind of no scope across the
Yeah,
map with no
we-
bullet drop.
We have seen that. That is true.
Yeah, but like this time, like they do not have any bullet drop off. So in the case of that, then they're just spraying across the fucking map, you know, just killing everybody. They could have a fucking SMG, and their damage drop off doesn't go away because they turn that hack on, or damage drop off doesn't exist. Like it's crazy the shit these hackers have been able to do to this game, and I feel it's destroyed its atmosphere. Like it's destroyed everything that we wanted Warzone to be, and what Warzone was for its first few weeks of launch.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely way worse than it was on launch since the hackers have, found out how to hack it.
Yeah. Just out of just to make it clear, you know, Kyle just confirmed it with me, but Dakota, are you canceling your pre-order for Vanguard?
I never even pre-ordered it.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
And Kyle, you said you're pretty much guaranteeing that you will not be playing playing this one. You will not be playing this this Call of Duty.
Definitely not. After playing the beta, I just don't want to go through that again. Because knowing me, if I wanted to play it again, I'm gonna have to go through all the bullshit of ranking up all my guns again, and I'm just not. And it's not even worth it. I got the 3-line rifle to rank 24, and it's still terrible. It's still terrible. So like, I'm not even worth it.
Not even worth it. Well, there you have it. We're not gonna be playing Call of Duty anytime soon.
At least the new one.
At least the new ones, yes. But I do want to talk about. I want to make New World the subject for a little bit here because I want to talk about it. Because I want to decide what server are we gonna play on. I'm assuming we're gonna be playing on NA East. But I want to tell the viewers here what server we're gonna be playing on, and then that way, if you guys, the viewers, want to come and run into us while we're playing,
Well, see, that's the thing, is that I don't remember the names of the servers.
I don't know.
I can. It's on their Twitter.
So
They
I mean,
have
obviously
them.
we're all gonna have to agree on one, otherwise,
Yeah.
you can't play across server.
Right.
So we all have to be on the same one.
But I feel it'd be
That's
interesting, you know, as the game comes out, we announce the server that we are going to be playing on, and then viewers of the podcast could come and, if they have New World, of course, come and join that server and gear up, maybe join our side or play against us if you'd like.
Yeah, you know.
Just
Man,
don't
you're
play
really
like
trying to
shitters.
plug this game in, huh?
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Really?
I'm
We
excited for
could,
this game.
We could make our own little like clan thing.
Yeah, we could.
And then
Wanna join my clan.
take over an area, bro.
Yeah.
Like how they had in the beta. Some of the clans in the beta are already like so made that they had whole areas that they were in charge of.
Yeah, and that'd be really cool to do. You know what I mean? That'd be like that'd be really cool concept, cool idea. And I'd be pretty excited to have a group of players, viewers of the podcast, you know, viewers of our content that we make, just come out and chill with us. I'm down for that. The only thing I ask is don't be a shitter. You know, if there's some cheese in the game, don't abuse it on us. You know.
Yeah, bro.
That's that'd be my biggest issue as a big streamer.
This, you know, I just thought about this in my brain. Okay, so in New World, you can turn on the PvP, and then when you leave the designated safe area in the town or wherever the fuck you're at, right, it turns on after like a minute of you not being there or whatever have you, right? And we were like, hey, let's go do some PvP type stuff while we were out there, right? And you guys were like level, I don't even remember what level you guys were. You guys were like level 20 something, like 23 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was level like 17 because fucking I'm dumb. And I had to restart. Well, actually, I'm not dumb. The game's dumb because I clicked the right server the first time. Anyway, I feel like they should make that to where like you can only PvP with people within like 4 levels of your level, because like we went out there and people, like as soon as the thing went off, people insta targeted me and they killed me instantly.
Yeah,
and
one shot.
It was not fun at all. And I feel like if you're not constantly playing the game and you want to do some like PvP stuff and you go out there, you're just going to get constantly shit on by people that are constantly playing the game.
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel I'm kind of torn on that, because it is an MMO at the end of the day. Like that's the whole point of the game. You're supposed to play it like you have no life. But at the same time, it's really unfair. I do agree to an extent. It's very unfair for people that, you know, have actual lives. And I'd argue that all 3 of us have actual lives, other than the fact that our biggest hobby is gaming. And
okay. Maybe like even just like only have it for like lower levels, like if you're level 40, like who fucking cares who you're PvPing with or whatever, right? Like from that point beyond. But like maybe before like level 40, you're like, yeah, like, you know, all these no life fucking tryhards are fucking up my gameplay. Like I'm trying to just do a little PvP with like people my level, right? So I don't know. I feel like there's some sort of middle ground that they could come to figure this shit out.
Oh yeah, there's 100% a solution, but I don't know what that solution is off the top of my head. I definitely felt PvP. The one thing that I'm really happy that they're fixing is how you used to be able to like go in and out of PvP zones too quickly. They fixed that. So you can't just get shit on by actual shitters that are just like, oh, I can PvP, like doing like little glitches to make their PvP cooldown slower or faster. Sorry, but yeah, the game is so promising, and I'm glad. As much as I'm sad that they delayed the launch, whatever it is, it must have been worth to delay the launch. Obviously.
Yeah. Well,
There's honestly just the life staff, and that's it.
Yeah. They're like, the life staff is too broken.
It's too broken. We have to wait another month before you guys could use it again.
You see, I feel like there was some type of
something to do with it.
Well, that, and I'm sure I read some like people were invincible. Like some people figured out invisible glitch.
Yeah, people with the life staff, they were pretty much invincible.
Well, I mean, like no, there was somebody like there was I guess there was a way to get like max, like you couldn't die, like it was god mode basically, like your health, you would never lose health. So I guess they were in the process of fixing that, but they just needed a little bit more time to, and they didn't want to release the game with a glitch so game breaking as that. So they were like, yeah, we're just gonna delay this for another month, fix it, and then release it, which makes sense. And that's what I feel happened with Battlefield. Honestly, it's same shit. But with games getting delayed, Cyberpunk being the start of this trend, do you feel that it's a bad idea to announce that your game is in progress or being made and that there's a release date for it if you don't feel comfortable with that release date? Do you feel like that's like kind of in a sense like false marketing? Or do you feel that games companies, because I personally feel that if you feel that your game's going to get delayed before the release date, you shouldn't even be talking release date. You know, you could talk about the game all you want, but you shouldn't be talking release date if you don't feel comfortable with it, where the game is at in the state it's in.
Kind of similarly to that, I think if you know you're gonna have a beta, say when you're gonna have the beta, and then go with release date after the beta.
Right.
Like, figure out what you need to fix immediately, like what the severe issues are, and then figure out how long that's going to take you. And then after figuring out how long that's going to take you, go ahead and, you know, give a release date for it at that point.
What about you, Kyle? What do you think about delaying games? And do you feel that it is false advertisement at all? And what do you think that that there should be a better, I don't know, do you think that they shouldn't be able to release it, or say release a release date, sorry, before they like, you know, they can announce the game all they want, but do you feel the same way, or do you feel like they should just have the right to be like, okay, this is when the game's released, and they'll be like, oh nope, delayed?
Well, I don't feel like it's false advertising. Genuinely, I want to like trust developers. I know
I'd like to.
It's a hopeful thinking. It's wishful thinking, but genuinely, when I hear that they have a scheduled date and then they end up delaying it, that tells me, okay, there's something wrong and they need to fix it. I'll wait. That's fine. Like, I don't think it's really false advertising, really.
Hey, yo, how's my 140p mic?
Sorry, that was Mason. He decided to fucking join the call again. So I had to disconnect him. But, Mason, get out. We're recording the podcast right now. Okay.
Alright, it's gone. Cool.
But, yeah.
Sorry for the intrusion.
Yeah. What was I fucking saying? We were talking about, releasing.
Yeah.
We were talking about releasing and how, game companies, in a sense, shouldn't just be able to release, or should be able to release games whenever they want and delay whenever they want. No, because it's a touchy topic, because, you know, it's their game, but you're also, if you pre-order it,
Alright.
it's weird. It's good. But
yeah.
it's a weird, like, it's almost like a weird middle ground in a sense. Like, some people are like, yeah, that's cool, and then, like, for me, it's like, yeah, you shouldn't be able to tag a release date on a game until you're like, okay, this is 100% getting released.
Yeah, I think pre-ordering is a big part of that too, because like we all have New World pre-ordered and we're waiting for it to come out, and then they delayed it a whole month. So like, you know,
right? And some people take days off of work in school for these games
for
releases. And then you fucking delay it.
I think, personally.
Okay, I disagree, mainly because if there is something that you really enjoy, it's almost like taking a vacation for that thing that you enjoy, you know?
I don't think it's irresponsible unless you can't, like, reasonably afford to, or, like, you're gonna fail a class if you don't go to it for that. Like, then it would be irresponsible.
Those people, when I think of, you know, people taking time off for, like, one day for a game, like, I just think people like that.
Oh, no, I usually take a full 3 days, 4 days off.
'Cause
for
I know
a
for
game that I like.
fact, when I was a teenager, like in high school, like I would pull full all-nighters when like a new game would come out,
Yep.
and I'd go to school the next morning with no sleep at all.
Bags under your eyes, just I want to go back home, play the game.
Yep, that's basically what I would do.
Exactly. And then
Honestly.
I'd go home, and since I was at school for the whole day, I was no longer really sleepy because I had to force myself to be awake. So then I'd just go home and I'd play with my friends after school.
Then sleep.
That's how I pretty much enjoyed playing MMOs as well. Honestly.
MMOs are just games.
I mean MMOs. Just games in general, like games that I'm really looking forward to. Sorry. Fucking losing track of what I'm talking about today. I don't know what's going on. But
Just MMOs.
Just MMOs,
Yeah,
yes.
just
That's the
MMOs.
only game that exists.
MMOs right now for us it is. If you think about it, it's the only thing we've been doing. But yeah, I'm thinking New World gonna be the game for a little bit, and then you'll see Battlefield on here a lot when that comes out, because your boy's definitely gonna be playing Battlefield with these guys, because I feel we're all excited about Battlefield here. Is there anything going on in the world that you guys want to talk about? I know Dakota doesn't have, he doesn't give a shit about football, so we can't talk about that right now.
I mean, feel free, bro. You can talk about it. I'll just, not have
He'll be
much of an
silent in the
input.
background and make comments like, the Cowboys are fucking terrible.
Yeah, fuck the Cowboys.
Exactly.
I guess we could talk about it right now. Kyle did very well this week, I
No,
believe.
I didn't.
Oh, you
Fuck
did
off.
not? Who did well?
No, I lost to JC.
You lost to him?
Yeah, because Green
Oh,
Bay
man.
fucking tanked, remember?
Yeah, that's right. And Devontae
Dude,
Adams.
Got
did.
destroyed.
Speaking of Green Bay, I saw something that was, funny. Aaron Rodgers had a worse passer rating, for the game that they played than the passer rating you get if you throw every pass into the dirt.
I
Really?
can't believe that because it was awful. They scored 3 points, a field goal. That's what they scored.
I just don't understand how you get a worse passer rating than throwing every
Giants-
ball into the dirt.
Just to put this into perspective, the Giants and the Lions, they both lost, I think.
Yeah,
from what I know.
the Lions
they did
decided
better
to
than the
try
Packers.
to win halfway through the game. So
The Lions did pretty well,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
yeah, I know, because they decided to win halfway through the game.
Yeah.
They probably
That's-
could have
that's
won
Lions.
if they,
If
actually
TJ
played the
Hawkinson
game.
didn't drop that ball on 3rd and 9, 4th and 9, whatever it was, that was an easy first down, Hawkinson. I love you. You're a great player. But why are we dropping that ball?
I unfortunately couldn't watch the Giants this weekend because it wasn't aired.
Well,
They weren't
you-
streaming it.
you might as well have been glad to not watch it, because we now know that your Giants had lost 27-17 to the Broncos.
That's fine. The Broncos were actually predicted to win that game.
Were they?
Yeah, they were. They were like showing off like the new quarterback they have, and they're pretty decent from what I've seen in preseason. Like they were like actually like scoring like really dumb shit on the Bills. I'm pretty sure.
But
Peyton
arguably,
Manning is my daddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so yeah, both of our teams lost, I'd say. And if Dakota, if you were an NFL fan, what team would you root for the home team like me, or would you go root for a different team?
I mean, when I do occasionally do a watch of a game of football, generally it will be the Lions, purely because the Lions
It is the home
They're
team.
funny.
So I'd go with probably mostly that. I don't really have another team that I like.
Keep up to date.
Like, and I don't even say I like the Lions. I don't really care about sports or anything really in general, like related to any sport, honestly. So
You just
like
don't care if they win at all.
yeah, I'll see some shit and I'll be like, oh, good for them. And then I'll
Good
see
for
other shit and I'll
them.
be like, typical Lions.
Ah, the
Typical
typical
Lions,
Lions. They
losing.
lost again.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. The the Lions, I feel like are I don't even know. I feel like
the Lions are like the most bipolar team you will ever watch.
yeah,
Because sometimes they will completely blow ass against like the worst teams in the league, but then they'll play against the best and they'll be almost like keeping up with them. It's so weird. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
Like, we kept up with the
Bro.
49ers. We were predicted to lose by double digits. And we somehow kept up with them.
I mean,
So,
they would have if they didn't decide to try to win the game.
yeah, I think Dan Campbell's honestly a good coach. I just think that we don't have any players
Yeah,
this
bro.
season.
We're gonna grab them by the kneecaps. We're gonna beat their
Yeah, bro.
kneecaps in.
Yeah, bro.
And you know what else we're gonna do? We're gonna keep tearing at them because who are we? We're the Lions.
Yeah. That's the only speech he knows by Dan Campbell.
Because it's the only one you need to know.
Yeah, dude. His personality's great as a head coach.
Oh yeah, great personality.
And shit, I hope we keep him, but knowing the Lions, he'll be gone within 2 years.
Oh yeah, they'll destroy him like they destroyed Stafford.
I mean, as a head coach,
Speaking of which,
Well, at least the head
Stafford,
coach, but the Lions are like they destroy.
Stafford
careers.
had a decent game for his first game, didn't he?
yeah, that
well,
pissed me
he's
off.
playing for the Rams. He's playing for the Rams, which they could probably make use of him. So
Yeah, Sean McVay's offense is probably, say Sean McVay is top 5 coach in the league.
Mhm.
And on top of that, you also have, I don't know, you have the best defense in the league. It's the best rated defense, at least, in the league. And to say that Matthew Stafford wasn't wanting to play for Sean McVay would have been dumb to say, because we all know Stafford was geeking to play for Sean McVay. I mean,
I think he was trying to
Leave the
get
Lions as quick
anywhere
as
other than the
possible.
Lions.
yeah, but if he landed in the best scenario, like we can all agree that he's probably in the best scenario he's been in a little bit with where he's at with Sean McVay and that offense. That offense is nasty. That shit will tear you apart. And that's honestly where Stafford really belonged. Was in that offense. And I'm happy for him, right? But I'm also pissed off because, man, Stafford, listen. If I couldn't have asked for you gave us some good seasons, you know, with Calvin, and you put us in at least a playoff game as the Lions.
At least a playoff. game.
playoff, yeah.
You didn't win it, but
Well, of course
Well,
not.
of course not.
When was the
Nah.
last time the Lions won in the playoffs?
But you did put us in a position, you know? You put us in a position that we hadn't been in a while. So I give Stafford the utmost credit for that. But other than that, you didn't do shit for us. Not that you really had a coach for you to make you do shit.
Team, to be
What,
honest.
Speaking of Matthew Stafford, real quick, and him leaving the Lions, kind of unrelated to football, but related to this. So he sold his house that he had in Michigan, in Bloomfield Hills, and it was sold by 2 realtors, and one of the realtors is one of my cousins.
Mhm.
Kyle, I don't know if I told you this. I know that I told Danny this.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the realtors was my cousin. And they broke a record for selling the most expensive house ever sold in Bloomfield Hills. Uh, and would you like to know what the cut that they came away with is? Or roughly, from what I've heard?
Do I even want to guess?
The cut that they got for selling the house, just for selling it to someone. Just take a guess on what they got.
I have no idea, honestly. I can't make a guess. It's probably too fucking high.
$180,000 a piece.
Wow.
So if it was only one person that sold it, and they didn't if they didn't team up on the sale, it would have been $360,000 for one person for selling the house.
Well, I mean, for Michigan, that's probably pretty high, but for Massachusetts, you can live in like the suburbs, and your house will cost like $150,000 to $200,000.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a
No, I
big
mean that
difference.
happens. That happens here too. But they got $360,000 for one sale.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. That's shit, man. That's a fucking
That's a steal.
yeah.
I
That's
wouldn't
just
have to work for a couple years.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to work for. Man, if we're going off of what I'm currently getting, it would be a lot of years.
Oh, I
If we
feel
go
it.
off of what I'll get when I am done with school, then it wouldn't be that many years. It would be like a couple.
Honestly, just wanting to. Yeah, man, I want the Lions to get a. I don't know what we would need. I feel like we're hurting more at. I want to say it's wide receivers where we're getting killed, right? But I can't say that because we have DeAndre Swift and TJ. However, DeAndre Swift has proven to not be that great of a talent. In my opinion, he needs to step up.
Rude.
What do you want me to say? Dude's not been performing. And
When
even
has the
Kyle's
Lions ever
laughing.
performed, though?
Okay, he was the most promising talent that we had picked up at running back in a little bit, and he did not perform.
Didn't he get at least a touchdown at the first game? I thought I saw that.
He got. I remember what it was. He did not get a touchdown, I don't think, because Christian had him as on his fantasy team, and Christian didn't even play him. Hawkinson went off for me as a tight end, and I knew that was coming because he's one of the best tight ends in the league. But, let me go back to week one. How many points did Swift get?
You know what's
I guess
funny? When
Swift
I'm-
did do good. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you know what's funny? When I'm looking at like the stats for the first week, the NFC North, none of them won. No one from the NFC North won. They're basically turning into the NFC East at the moment. 'Cause,
Yes.
the NFC East has 3 losses, and the only one that won is the Eagles. And by the way, fuck the Eagles.
Michael Vick.
Yeah. But yeah, NFC West and NFC South, not surprising that both are doing well. Actually, I wouldn't say much for NFC South. I mean, you have the Saints, Buccaneers, Panthers, and Falcons. Falcons are okay. They could be better, a lot better. The Panthers won, which is interesting that they won. And Bucks, not surprising with Tom Brady still there.
Heck yeah,
By
bro.
the way, the
Another ring.
Cowboys choked.
Yeah. To say
and-
that the Cowboys didn't have a chance to win that game and that the pass interference call that or it should have been called at the end was
bullshit.
the reason why
had
they lost.
so
Yeah, that's bullshit. You had so many chances against that defense to score a touchdown and you didn't. So I blame that on the Cowboys. The Cowboys lost because of that reason.
So, another thing, if the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl again this year, that will be the 3rd year in a row that they've gone, and that has only happened 3 times. It's only happened 3 times, or that will be the 3rd time it's ever happened. One of the two, in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, I feel like this is a Chiefs. It's definitely a Chiefs era. My
Yep.
opinion.
We're gonna see a Chiefs dynasty.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Bucks have a chance to go back and win again?
Oh
Or-
yeah, it's gonna be the Bucks and the Chiefs this time, and it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah. It depends. It really depends. Surprisingly, the Bills lost. That was kind of a upset, I think, at least. I don't know who they
Oh yeah,
played.
that was an upset. I was really
Yeah.
sad with Josh Allen. He didn't play his best there.
Yeah, really.
Josh Allen, he's probably my favorite quarterback in the league right now. I liked him in college, and I like him in the NFL. I just think he had an off game on the Steelers game on Sunday, and I'm hoping he bounces back, even though I do actually have him on one fantasy team, but I don't have him on my main fantasy team. I hope he bounces back and does what he's supposed to do. Speaking of fantasy, I had Ryan Fitzpatrick as my quarterback. Never again. I've never dropped somebody so fast in my fucking life. Dude, he was my starter, and he got injured on, like, the 3rd play? Dude, I was so mad.
Man, the Giants
That
are
sounds
playing right
unfortunate.
now.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
playing on Thursday. It's, I don't remember who
today's
they're playing.
Thursday. They're
Yeah, I
playing
know.
Washington.
Oh, you guys have a chance. It's Washington.
Well, you say that, but every single, last season, they've
Saquon
lost
hasn't
both
gotten
times
hurt,
now.
right? That's an improvement. It's week 1, and Saquon's still...
Is Saquon still there? I don't
Yeah.
know. I didn't check.
Saquon's not hurt right now.
He's not the glass cannon like he was last season. That got injured the second fucking game.
He's been a glass cannon for the past 3 years. Okay, first of
Yeah,
all.
he has. Well, he has been. I don't know. I think Barkley. It really depends. It depends. What is trade?
He could be such a good talent if he wasn't on the Giants.
Yeah,
I love you, Kyle, but
we're keeping him. We're keeping him. I don't care. I don't care. I know he could be a great talent somewhere else, but he's
Yeah.
on the Giants, so
he's on the
What can you
Giants, so
do?
he gets to deal with that.
So that is where he will be.
that's where
Yeah,
he will be.
That's
until
where
his
he will get
career
shit
ends.
on until his career ends.
It's like
and then the
Matthew Stafford
Giants-
all over again.
And then the Giants fans will complain about how they never gave Saquon Barkley an offensive line to give him holes. Because
Well,
you
no,
guys...
the offensive line never worked for the Giants for a long time. Like, not since the second Super Bowl they won against the Patriots, and I think
Yeah.
what year was that? 2012, I think. They haven't had an offensive line since then, in my opinion.
It was a fucking Lions.
Yeah, they lost.
I mean, Lions. It's the Giants, sorry. The Giants are fucking... The Giants. They're kind of like the Lions in that way, except you guys actually go to Super Bowls and we don't.
Yeah, the one thing the Giants, I would pride the Giants of years ago was their defense. They had one of the best defenses in the league. That's the only reason they won against Tom Brady's Patriots, who at the time, and still going on from then, one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, you guys used to
Because they
produce
were
the
able-
best defensive players.
Yeah, because they used to be able to push. They were pushing Brady like a lot, where he wasn't comfortable.
I
That's the
remember
only
back in the
reason
day
that
when you
won.
guys used to have Lawrence Taylor and that defense. Oh my god.
Yeah, they were beast defense. And
That-
I won't discredit Eli too much. He had a couple of good performances. He wasn't the best. I'll be
He
honest.
was the most confusing quarterback I've ever seen in the
Yeah.
in the league. Ever.
Absolutely.
Like how do you go from beating Tom Brady twice
To
to
faltering.
to faltering completely?
I mean, in my opinion, I think that's just. I think it was with the times changing, because defense used to be the biggest guys, like the biggest set guys, but now these guys are a lot more fit. They're a lot more muscular. They're faster now. They're not like the big tanks they used to be. And that's what the Giants used to have. and like a few of those guys here and there. So I think with the times changing, it didn't really go over well. I think that's one of the main reasons why they have been struggling with their O-line and D-line. But it really, really comes down to just trying to find new linebackers as well as corners, because that's where the Giants have been struggling for years with, is corners.
The Giants, like I said, I don't know what it would take for you guys to actually get back up there. My guess, an actual offensive line.
An offensive line, and to not pick fucking like third or fourth round Daniel Jones. Like, shit. They could have picked someone so much better, but they didn't.
You could also just get rid of Gettleman at this point. I think that's a safe thing to say.
Yeah.
I think Gettleman has proven that he is not it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
He has
but
been for years. He's made some of the worst decisions like ever.
He is not it.
No.
He isn't. He's made some of the worst decisions for the Giants, and it's cost them, and it's showing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the score is right now for the game, but
It just started. Like, it started 8:20. So.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a brand new one.
Yeah, it just started.
So we'll have to see how that game unfolds. I have just some Giants players on my starting lineup right now. I have one. I think.
Really? That's surprising. Oh, I see. What's going on right now? The Giants are 4th and 19 at the Washington 14. Nice.
I have Martinez, the linebacker, as
That's not bad.
a starter. Yeah.
It's a linebacker, so it's kind of, you know.
Yeah, he's a really good linebacker. But
Yeah,
like we
he's
said,
not
you guys produce some of the best defensive players ever. But God forbid you guys produce an offensive.
Right.
I don't understand the Giants in that sense. Like you guys are so successful with that defense side of the ball, but offensive side, you guys just, I don't know. And it's not like your offense is awful, but they make stupid decisions. And part of me wants to blame that on coaches, but then again, I'm like, man, maybe it's the players at this point.
It depends on the players here and there. Like, I mean, Daniel Jones is not a rookie anymore. Like, he's not. He's played for a few years. He's not a rookie anymore. But
Yeah.
back then, he used to make dumb mistakes, but he also made plays that were actually kind of interesting. Like, it was definitely like not something that Eli would have done. I feel like Daniel Jones, surprisingly, as much as I shit on him, as much as I like hate Daniel Jones, like I seethe whenever I hear his name, I feel like he does have potential. Like I see the potential. I just feel like for the first pick, first round for the Giants, that was pretty stupid to pick him first. That was pretty stupid.
He could have been picked in a late round.
Oh yeah,
for
100%.
sure.
He could have gotten picked like the 4th round. No one wouldn't even have batted an eye. Like,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's an interesting topic because, like I said, you guys have a team technically. It's not built fully. I think that you guys are missing an O-line and you guys are missing corners, and it's been like that for the past 3 years. I feel.
Longer. Definitely longer.
That's the main things you guys have always needed, in my opinion, to be really successful. And it's not turned in your favor just yet.
It's not it, bro.
It's not it.
It's not it.
It's not it. But yeah, I think with that I'm gonna call it, since it seems to be kind of a slower week for we're kind of waiting for games to come out, and we're also waiting on, I don't know, we're just waiting for games to release and have more topics to talk about. It seems to be a very slow week when it comes down to it. We'll have more for you on the next week's podcast, because it'll be the second game that we'll have went through the second week of the NFL. We'll be able to judge teams better because it's been the second week. So we'll do a little bit of that, but we'll also include some topics. Obviously, we'll include some gaming topics, or like stuff like that, because that's what we usually do, you know. But I do want to I guess I could have talked a little bit more about what's going on in the world, but I really don't know what's been going on in the world, to be honest with you, at least right now.
I
Time's
mean,
flying, and we have
Yeah.
stuff to do. So
I haven't really
know.
seen anything that I.
Yeah.
nothing that catches like the eye that anything is going on.
Yeah, there's nothing crazy going on right now.
Nah, like maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
couple
Oh,
of the topics.
actually, before we end off the podcast, I did have something that I saw online that I wanted to talk with at least Dakota about because it's
Oh, boy.
absolutely fucking hilarious. It's deals with Michigan. So, a video has surfaced from this July, Dakota,
Okay.
somebody up north in Michigan and it was a video of this guy recording this
Tell me it's
quote
not
unquote Bigfoot like.
big. Oh no.
And I, to be honest with you, it to me it's fake. It's gotta be fake. It's gotta be. But like, it's funny because it's actually a decent quality video, and it does look like a man, but standing in like
In a suit.
in a suit, right? Yeah, that'd be my guess of what it is. Just some two dudes went for a prank, you know, and for some reason it's now resurfacing. But
Oh, a furry in the wild. Let's call Bigfoot. Get a video of him.
Furry in the wild, bro. Bro, speaking of which, so on my trip to fucking incarceration over the last weekend while I wasn't here.
yeah,
While I was there, I sent Danny a video. There's a bunch of people dressed up as like pandas and shit for some reason. Don't ask me why, no clue. There's some person dressed up as like I don't even know what it was. It was like a mouse costume or some shit. I sent a video to Danny and I said, these fucking furries are messing up my metal music or whatever. And I was like,
I lost my mind.
And
then
as soon as I sent that, I was
He
like, I know he's
posted
gonna
something
fix
on his
it.
actual Snapchat story. It was absolutely hilarious to me because he was like rocking out, you know, and this guy, I noticed this guy in the background in front of him. I don't know if it was girlfriend or wife or whatever, but she was bitching him out. And I told Dakota, I said, dude just wanted to go to a metal concert, but yet got bitched at. He bought tickets just to get bitched at. And Dakota's like, I didn't even notice that. I was like, dude, you were standing right in front of them. What do you mean? But I found it hilarious that is happening in the background of that video. Was I the only one that saw that, Dakota?
Yeah, you were.
Really? God, that's awesome.
And then I went through and I showed every single person that I was with, and they were like, "Oh wow, you do have someone in your video that's fucking getting yelled at in front." And they were all like, "Oh, that is kind of funny."
It's like I'm the only one that can notice dumb shit from. Just I look at the dumbest shit ever.
I think you're the only person that fucking responded to my stories in general.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like anybody that has like a question on their Snapchat story, I will actually legit respond to it too. I'm one of those
too,
people.
If I know the person at least.
Yeah. Like if someone's like, "Hey, does pineapple belong on pizza?" I'm like, "Fuck you." Like, no.
Hey, there's something
Yeah,
wrong
it does,
with
bro.
pineapple on pizza, bro. Something wrong.
Yeah,
with
what's wrong with pineapple on pizza, man?
I also found out that
All right, just change the topic.
well, no,
Trying to get away.
no, I also it's the same topic. But I found out from an official Hawaiian that most
Hawaiian pizza.
that he said that not only did Hawaiians not create Hawaiian pizza, but they also fucking despise the fact that people believe that Hawaiian pizza was made in Hawaii.
I think you have to be
Well, you have to be pretty stupid.
kind
to
of
think
dumb
that.
to think that because it's called Hawaiian pizza.
Well, they hate the fact, I guess, that it's called Hawaiian pizza because most of them, I guess a lot of them don't like it.
I think it's only called that because of the pineapple.
Pineapple, right?
Yeah, that's literally it.
And he was telling me about it, and I was like, "It's like really?" And he was like, "I mean, I don't mind pineapple on my pizza, but I hate the fact that people the
Oh, is this what
Hawaiian
I think it
pizza.
is?
It's Elix. Elix.
Yeah, it's Elix.
Our buddy
yeah.
Elix. I tried to get him on the podcast, but he's not sold on it yet. But eventually, maybe.
Not sold
Um,
on it.
Yeah, he's not sold on it. Elix is a lot more of a shy person too. He's not like talkative. So, but yeah. But I feel that that's we covered as much as we could. Other than that, this week we appreciate everybody that tunes in as always. Make sure for people watching on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. Leave a comment if you'd like. Be the first commenter on the podcast, and also if you have Spotify, if you're listening on YouTube and you have Spotify, we also upload it to Spotify at The Boys Experience. So hopefully you guys that like just to listen to stuff instead of watch podcast, you can go ahead and give it a listen. So we try to do this every Monday and Friday. We apologize if that is not the case.
Sometime.
It happens sometimes. Sometimes we have unfortunate mistakes like Dakota's PC dying. This time he just got lucky. We got lucky at an extra PC.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll always shy. But with that being said, we appreciate everybody that comes out, and we will talk to you guys in the next episode of The Boys Experience.